Hi, this is Chris here with Dan, and today we're going to be talking about the BAFTAs because the nominations came out this morning. And leading the pack was Gravity with 11 nominations. Not far behind was 12 Years a Slave and American Hustle with 10 nominations apiece. And just behind that was Captain Phillips with 9 nominations. So we've had a look at the list this morning, Dan. What did you make of it at a first glance?
Well, I'm kind of heartened that Gravity's done so well. Like, Gravity was one of my favourite films of last year, and the thing with award ceremonies, particularly the Oscars, is you kind of worry that those kind of more popular films based on spectacle, special effects, all that sort of stuff, kind of get lost in the mix in favour of more traditional awards fodder. You know, people doing big grandstanding performances, historical epics, all that sort of stuff. And it's so nice that Gravity, which is kind of more technical filmmaking, you know, let's face it, the script isn't probably the best. Some people find Clooney's performance a little bit hammy and a bit cheesy in places. I didn't personally, because I think all that stuff's secondary to what Gravity is really about, which is, oh my God, I've never seen anything like that. And that's 90 minutes that you can't experience anywhere else than in a cinema. So what a great best film contender that is.
Yeah, you'd think it was a shoo-in for the technical awards. Do you think it's got a chance in some of the more sort of...
Well, should we just go through, looking at best film, it's 12 Years a Slave, American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Gravity, and Philomena. I think 12 Years a Slave, you would look, based on years gone past and what you expect from award ceremonies, almost to be kind of a nailed-on contender. British director as well.
British star.
And tackling really kind of weighty subject matter, true story as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of got all the Venn diagram that you need to win a best film.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Gravity celebrates a different aspect of filmmaking, and it's an experience you couldn't have anywhere else. Like, not even I can't even imagine, not in a game to the same extent, not in a piece of literature. I think that is pure filmmaking. What about yourself?
Well, the one that I'm interested in is American Hustle, which I haven't actually seen. You've seen it, and you weren't a huge fan. No. But based on its Golden Globe nominations, it seemed to be the early favourite for potentially winning some Best Picture awards.
But interesting with the Golden Globe, it's been nominated in the comedy and musical category.
It has,
so I almost wonder if they've positioned it, though, because it thinks it stands a better chance winning that category.
Yeah.
But you don't watch it thinking this is necessarily an out-and-out comedy. There is comedic elements in it.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Lawrence at one point does sing Live and Let Die by Wings.
Does she?
It's a slight musical element.
I need to see
but yeah.
Captain Phillips obviously has a British director, and it's been getting good reviews all across the board. And this being the BAFTAs, Philomena's been nominated in this category, and that, again, has been getting some great notices. That could be an outsider. One thing I did notice is that Wolf of Wall Street misses out on a Best Picture nod.
Is it maybe not eligible because it's not on the UK yet? Oh, no, it is. It's in screenplay as well.
It's eligible, and Martin Scorsese's been nominated for Best Director.
I think that's a real shame because I saw that just before Christmas, and I think it's the perfect companion film to Goodfellas.
Yeah.
It's like the film about the crooks of the 80s and 90s. I think it's one of Scorsese's best films for ages.
Yeah,
so,
and it's always weird when a film, when someone gets nominated for Best Director but doesn't get nominated, their film.
I never understand the rationale for that.
It doesn't really make sense. Outstanding British film, which maybe it's almost like they can have their cake and eat it at the BAFTAs because they've got these 2 Best Picture categories, and so the British one, I think, if Philomena doesn't win the Best Picture, I think it'll win Outstanding British Film.
It is dodgy how they work out what best British film is, because Gravity is an international production. It's got American stars, a Mexican director, and it was filmed in Britain. See, it's a collaborative project, so that's how it kind of smuggles into the British category, if anyone was wondering, I guess, because it was shot here and the special effects were done here.
But so that we can do a little bit of flag waving, I think Philomena or Rush will win that one.
Yeah. Some people didn't like it. Our review isn't too glowing on site, but I thought Mandela was quite good. And again, it's one of those more traditional award contender films, especially in light of Nelson Mandela's death as well. I don't know, maybe that could have factored into voting.
Well, that could lead us into another category because, interestingly, Idris Elba wasn't nominated for Best Actor.
Oh, that is
which I think is a bit of a surprise. For that one, we've got Bruce Dern, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Christian Bale, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Tom Hanks. And I would put my money on Chiwetel in that one.
I think so. I think in any other year, I think DiCaprio would be well up there. Because I think in Wolf of Wall Street, it showcases sides of him I haven't seen as an actor, like broad comedy, slapstick, but he also makes these really charismatic speeches to his sales force, where he's like a cult leader, and they're just brilliant monologues. So I think That's a shame. And I've heard, I've not seen Captain Phillips, but I've heard it's Tom Hanks' possibly his best performance.
Yeah. I just feel like
I think that's a strong category.
It is, but I feel like it's Chiwetel's year. Leading actress is Amy Adams, Kate Blanchett, Emma Thompson, Judi Dench, and Sandra Bullock.
Judi Dench.
Judi Dench. I think Judi Dench.
I think I might. I kind of want Emma Thompson.
Do you?
In Same with Mr. Banks, she's phenomenal.
Yeah.
She's really good. I think Emma Thompson's always great, but I think Same with Mr. Banks she really, really showcases kind of a slightly different side to her I've never seen before, and she's just really powerful in that movie.
But don't we all love Sandra Bullock as well? Sandra Bullock versus Judi Dench.
So basically, we just say we don't like Amy Adams and Kate Blanchett.
Well, they can't all win.
Also, Judi Dench's like record nomination at the BAFTAs. They love her.
They love her. One film, looking at the original screenplay, just one thing I've noticed is that Joel and Ethan Coen are nominated for Inside Llewyn Davis, but it's pretty much been shut out of every other category. No other nominations, so I'm wondering if that's a sign of things to come for that one.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because it's a really interesting film. I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but I'd be sad if it doesn't get nominated for Best Picture come the Oscars. Yeah, it's still on my mind, that one. What else have we got that's interesting? The supporting actor category. Barkhad Abdi for Captain Phillips, Bradley Cooper, Daniel Bruhl, Matt Damon, Michael Fassbender.
Matt Damon's pretty great in Behind the Candelabra.
He's really good. And that's interesting because it's nice that one gets some nods over here because it was a TV movie in the States, but it got theatrical release over here. So Behind the Candelabra, I think it's got 5 nominations.
It wound up in a lot of people's best films of last year as well. I think Daniel Bruhl gets a bit shortchanged. He's not really supporting actor in that movie. I think he's co-lead, really.
Yeah.
Like, I know how sometimes these things work out, and it gets him in that category.
And he's brilliant.
I think he's brilliant. Yeah, I think he's, he could definitely be the main actor in that movie.
But I think Fassbender's the man to be in that category.
Yeah.
And then supporting actress, Jennifer Lawrence, Julia Roberts, Lupita Nyong'o, Oprah Winfrey, and Sally Hawkins. It's hard to bet against Jennifer Lawrence in anything at any time at the moment. But Sally Hawkins, I think, has a good chance there because, again, we like to give these awards to Brits at the BAFTAs, and she is brilliant in Blue Jasmine. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. So, I don't know. Any opinions on that one?
I don't think there's a really standout performance in that category. I've not seen Blue Jasmine, so I'll take your word for that one. I don't think Lawrence's performance in American Hustle is memorable, but I don't know if it's award-winning.
No, sure.
Yeah.
And then dashing through, animated film, Despicable Me, Frozen, Monsters University.
I think it has to be Frozen.
There's only one winner there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't there? What else we got? On visual effects, this is an interesting one because it's full of films that we tend to cover a lot. Some of the summer blockbusters, and it's Gravity, The Hobbit, Iron Man 3, Pacific Rim, and Star Trek Into Darkness. So one thing I immediately noticed, no Man of Steel.
No Man of Steel.
That's a shocker.
No awards for that cape, that CGI cape. And there were a lot of special effects.
There was. I'm quite shocked.
But the award is not given for the amount of special effects, it is their quality.
They were pretty good, though.
They were, but at the end, I think it's so deadening. And there was an artificiality to the city being destroyed, where in a way, the Gravity, a lot of those effects, it's almost like when you found out how CGI was used in Forrest Gump, like 10, 20 years ago. You were like, that's CGI. And some of the stuff in Gravity, like sometimes the suits are CGI, like the badges and patches, like I didn't even realise that was CGI. And that's really kind of, I don't know, it's using CGI in a different way to create a film that couldn't be filmed in that place, rather than create something unreal, like a flying metal suit.
Yeah, well famously during the European junket, one journalist asked him how he went about shooting in space. And Alfonso Cuarón had to explain to the guy that he didn't actually shoot the film in space. I don't know if that's a testament to the stupidity of the journalist.
Can we start doing that for all our junkets? Like when we do the junket for Jurassic World, how was it filming with dinosaurs? For Downey Jr., how was it flying the suit?
And on that bombshell, I think we're coming to the end of our little chat. But to finish, so who do you think is going to win Best Film then? Put your mouth on the line here. Put your money where your mouth is.
What am I doing? Best Film. I'm going to say for the BAFTAs.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm going to say 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same.
I quite like Gravity to win.
Yeah.
Because I think, it, like I said earlier on, different type of film. But it's hard to look past 12 Years a Slave, especially with all the British talent involved.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
I think that's the one. Great. Well, let us know what you think about these nominations in the comments below. And check back to the site on February the 16th, because that's when the BAFTAs will be given out, and we'll have a story up on the site. Thanks for watching.